Hello, good evening everyone. Am I audible to everyone? Yeah, okay. Thank you for the response. So, I'm Lakshmi Prasanna, dealing the web development classes from today onwards. So, first let me know where are you from and which colleges are you from? Will you please respond to my words or else text text me in the text box. Okay, okay, Akilangeshwari. Remaining, will you please respond? Yeah, okay. Most of the members are from Geetanjali and some other from PVKT. Okay, let me start the class. Is there anyone waiting to join? Please inform to your friends to join in the meet as soon as possible. Because I'm starting the class, if I have completed the introduction part, they won't be understand. Yeah, okay, let me start. The screen is visible to everyone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, first, we are now I'm going to tell about the total syllabus, what we are going to cover in this course. First, the web development in the sense both the front end, back end, and the database, the total full stack we have to learn. So first, here I'm going to share the screen. All of you are visible, I think so. So first, let me tell what we are going to learn in this course. First, in the web development, in the sense, first we have to know how the internet is working and what is a web development and what are the HTTP and HTTPS means. Here we have to know how the internet works. In the web development, we are creating the websites and web applications which are interrelated and running on the internet. So we have to learn all these fundamentals with the front end, back end, and also database. So first, you guys will know about the introduction part of the web development and what how internet works and what are the HTTP and HTTPS part and what are the browsers available for us and what is DNS and hosting. Here Git and GitHub basics also will be learned, not only basics. I will share complete information about the Git and GitHub because in future you all are going to work on the real-time projects. So for that, the GitHub will be mandatory for working on teamwork. And if you are going to work in a team, you have to mandatory maintain a GitHub repository. So let me wait a second. Few of them are adding in the meeting. Yeah, so that's why we are going to learn Git and GitHub basics too. And next, we are going to the part of the front end. Here, we learn HTML, which creates the structure of the website. So we have to learn HTML very neatly because if the HTML part is understandable and if we are thorough with the HTML, then we can go with the CSS. Then only the CSS will be understand. Here we apply the styles for the HTML structure which we have created, and so for that purpose we are using CSS. So in the HTML part we are going to cover the introduction of the HTML and the versions of the HTML, and what is the structure of the HTML and the tags, and the some of the forms, tables, media, like a semantic tags and SEO basics and all. We are going to learn about the HTML. And when come to the CSS, the CSS is used for styling and designing the websites. So for that purpose, we are learning the styling and colors, how we apply the styles to the websites and how we apply the colors to the websites. How can we change the font of the particular text? Here the flex box, in the sense it is the different part which is a very important. Don't miss that class in the CSS part. And the grids also is a very important part. Don't miss that class. These both are very important in the CSS. And in in the CSS we are going to learn responsive design also, like there will be animations also in CS, in when we are observed in websites there will be animations, like very moving images, like moving text, scrolling text, like that. So for that responsive design, we are using this CSS also. And the bootstrap is optional if we are having time, and then I will discuss about the bootstrap too. When we are going to JavaScript, which is the main part of the front end, which gives the action to the websites. So in this we are going to learn variables, loops, functions, and DOM manipulations also, and the events. API calls, we have to know the API calls, how the API calls which sends takes the request from the client, how the API sends to the server, takes the response to the server, and all the things we have to know. And here the GitHub, as I have told you earlier, we are going to learn the Git and GitHub thoroughly. Here the GitHub is mainly used for version controlling. Version controlling in the sense if we are working on a project. So today we have completed some of the project and we have to commit it later, and we'll be commit today. If I'll be committed today, then I have to change that work later. Then how I will change that later? And also for the teamwork also, GitHub is very important. And when we committed all the changes, the changes also will be available in the GitHub. Like if I have committed one change today, and also I have committed the project in the next day too, the both changes will be there. When we are going to be practical, it will be understandable for you. And also push pull operations in the GitHub. Push pull operations means some of the, like when I'm working in a team, my team lead going to create a main branch, and I'm going to create my branch. My updates and my work in it will be in my branch, and here the base work of the project will be in the main branch. So if I have completed my work, then my team lead will verify it. If I will send a pull request to them, then he will verify my project and my work for that specific project, and then he'll push into the main branch. So these all related to the teamwork for the creating the collaboration repository. I will tell all those things in the GitHub, and Git is also very important for us. Some of the commands are interrelated with the GitHub. So I will tell both Git and GitHub earlier. And when it comes to the React.js, present the trending in the front end. Uh, Most of the people are using React.js in real world. So I'm going to discuss about this topic in this course, React.js. And in this, we are going to discuss about the components and props, state hooks, and routing, how it will be routes, and API integration. And when comes to the backend, now we will the server side. Like now, from starting onwards, we are discussing about the client side. This will be the client server side part. So in the backend, we are going to learn the Node.js and with the Express.js. So in the Node.js, how the APIs will work, how the routing and how will be the middleware and what are the CRUD operations will be used. These all will be explained in the backend part in this course. When comes to the database, of course, we need a database when we are creating a website because the user's data and the admin's data and if we are creating suppose an e-commerce website, we have to maintain the product data also. So for that data storage purpose, we use database. In this web development, I'm going to teach you like MongoDB. In that, how what are the database concepts involved, how we'll use MongoDB, and what is Mongoose. These all will be taught to you, and full stack integration in the sense here I have taught you all the things separately, right? I will teach by with the connection at the end with React with connection backend and authentication and JWT. Here, JWT in the sense for login purpose we use JWT. We raise JWT tokens. If we have created a login, like I have created account in a website, so if I give my email credential and the password, then I will click on login. It will be generate a JWT ID like a token. Then it will send to the server and it will verify it. Whenever we are going to log in, the JWT token will goes to the server and login. So for that purpose, for the authentication purpose, we use JWT tokens for the login purpose. So here I will also explain how to handle with these JWT and all, and protected routes also will go to going to be discussed, and the advanced concepts in the sense like how to we give the more authentication, like, and how to we restrict the authorization for the specific persons and all, and the email OTPs, how we'll generate OTPs for that email, and how will we give the access for our file uploading and payments. In some websites, we are going to pay in our website only, you have paid, I think so, for this internship. So how we are going to mention that payments in that website. So you all going to be learn this and all and the real time updates. And after the finishing of this whole course, you'll be a project and we'll make you to do that. So there will be a full stack project. If you have learned this seriously and you have completed this course and you have attended this each and every class continuously, then you will be very clarified and you will be web development, like what we say, you will be a full stack developer. So first here now today I'm going to teach you about what is the web development. What is web development? The process of creating websites and web applications that run on the internet. So you have already seen many websites daily like YouTube, Google search and Amazon, Instagram. These are the websites. First, let me say what is a website. A website is nothing but a collection of web pages. Web pages in the sense a single page that runs on a browser. Suppose if I have opened Chrome, then I'm going to search Amazon.com. Then there will be a web page displayed like a login or sign in page. It will be a single page that's running on the internet. That is the web page. And the collection of that web pages, like in the Amazon itself, there will be a home page and there will be a products page and there will be a profile page, there will be a order tracking page. So, and the cart page. These collection of pages, like web pages, is called a website. And in web development, we are having three parts, like a front end part, back end part, database part. Users see and interacts with the front end part. Here, the front end part in the sense what we are seeing and how we are interacting with. Like when we open a website, we can see some content and we can interact with that only. So that is nothing but a front end. Like we are seeing forms in our day-to-day life. We are seeing forms, images, text, buttons, and we are interacting with them. These all comes under front end. And for this front end creation, we are using the technologies like HTML, CSS, JS. Now, let me clarify what is HTML, what is CSS, and JS, what are the difference between them. Now, the HTML in the sense, it is a programming language which is used to structure the web pages. And the CSS in the sense, which is used to design the web pages. And the JS in the sense, which is used for giving the interaction and dynamic nature for the web pages. Like HTML, let me take a real-time example for this. If we are we are humans, right? So for our humans, there is a skeleton. That skeleton, like a structure for us. So that skeleton is going to be created by the HTML, and the muscles and our color and at all is given by the CSS. It will be designed by the CSS. For the only styling purpose to look beautiful, we are using CSS. And the JS part, the movements and all we are having, the hand movements, the gestures and all we are having because of the JS. The JS will be create those and all. This is the one real-time example that I am saying for the clarification of your doubts. And when comes to the backend, it is a part that work behind the scenes. Like we are logging a website. How it will be login, right? When we are entering a mail ID and the password, it is automatically logged into the website. How it will be login? Because the backend itself, we are saying the backend itself, we are saying to that system, please do this work. So that part, that processing part will be handled by the backend with a programming language. Like if we use Java, it will be handled by the Java. We'll be write code in the Java. And now in this web development, we are using Node.js. Yeah, let me gather a minute. Wait a second. సౌండ్ వస్తుందా? సరే సరే. చిన్నగా చిన్నగా అయిపోయింది కూడా సాగతీస్తున్నా కావాల. ఇంక so this is the part where we are giving the instructions to the system. Please do this work. So for that purpose, we are going to use Node.js. And when it comes to the database, the part is only to store the data. It means it stores all the data by the applications like users data, like orders, messages, what and all the data will be stored in the database. And in this web development course, we are going to use MongoDB. So I will be taught you MongoDB, how to use them and how to handle them and it all. And Yeah, let me clarify that. What is the static website and dynamic website? Before I'm saying, will anyone please respond? What is the static website and what is the dynamic website?
Ma'am, static means it should be fixed, ma'am, and dynamic means we can generate, ma'am, by using various operations.
The static in the sense, it will be the less interaction with the user. The dynamic input. Like if we have seen the portfolio pages, they won't take any input. We are going to see that for the reference purpose. So that type of web pages is going to be the static web pages. Dynamic web pages in the sense, like we are giving the input and it is taking the input, and it will be the client server interactions. The interaction will be more with the user. We can perform on the spot any operations with that web page. Static means server payment. All the responses are correct. Thank you for the responses. And now let's see how the internet works. Here, all the front end part, like we are discussing about the HTML, CSS, and JS. So this will be executed in the browser, right? When we are creating a HTML file and it will be executed in the browser. We can use any browser like a Google Chrome or else Firefox or Mozilla. What else? Whatever we can use. And here the web development in the sense, it will be running on the internet. First, we have to know how the internet is going to be load our website, how the internet running our website. So, can anyone say that how the internet is going to be work? Please respond. In this class, the response is very much important. So, please respond all, because in this session, the theoretical part is different, but the practical and the response is different. Like the practical execution is more important for this course. So you have to respond. Then I can know what you are thinking and what I have to teach to you. So please respond, all of you. You can unmute yourself and say. how it will works.
Ma'am, like we can exchange the data, ma'am.
How we are going to exchange the data, how we are sending the data. Sunita, it is correct. Please respond. Address in the sense it will goes to the server. All of your responses are correct. I'm waiting for some. Yeah, but we can use protocols from one server to another server. It is correct, but not server to server. The responses, the sending is not a server, right? When we are going to send a request, what it will be a client. The interaction between the client and server. So the internet is going to work in a client and server architecture. As you all said, the IP address also is correct. The group of computers is connected in a network because of that IP address only. It is also correct. And some of you answered millions of computers and servers and device. Yeah, the millions of computers are connected through the IP address as he said. So it will be in a network. So it will be in a network that will works as an internet. Yeah, okay. Exchange data using standardized protocols like TCP/IP. Yeah, TCP/IP protocols that will be comes under the CN, right? Like we use HTTP protocols, right? It will transfer the our request and responses. Let me clarify how the internet works. We know what web development is. How does a website actually load when we type something in the browser? To understand this, we need to know how the internet works. So, internet is a group of computers that connects all over the world. So this internet works in a client and server architecture. Like if we are a client, we are going to search in a Google Chrome. I need a specific college details or images. Then the client request will going to be carry a API, and the API will send to the server. Our request will be sent to the server using the API and the HTTP protocol and all. And the server takes the request and sends the response to the client through the API itself. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Through the API itself, the responses will be taken by the client so that the server sends the data here. Our we are sending the request like I want something like we are sending the request to the Google Chrome, and this request is going to ask the server that I need a specific data. Then the response will be sent with the data. So that images will be displayed in our UI. So this and all will interrelated with the front end, the back end, and also database. The database itself also is very important for this web development course. So if you have any doubts, please ask. Like let me know if you have any doubts for this intro. Yeah, many of people added now. So from tomorrow onwards, you have to add 5 minutes before. The class will be started at 5:30. So you all have to add it before 5 minutes. Like 5:25, you all going to be add. Like when I'm going to teaching the class, if you are sending the request to add and all, I can't add, right? It will be disturbance. So please understand. So please join the meeting before 5 minutes itself. Then it will be better, and you will also get understand. If you are there in the meet from first, then you will be understand. If you are coming in middle of the class, you won't be understand anything. So this is once again I'm giving the brief of this syllabus because this few of them I added today, right? I will now tomorrow onwards I'm going to be teach you about the total basics of the HTTP and HTTPS and all. Today I have given the introduction about what is the web development and how the internet works and all. And tomorrow I will taught you HTTP and HTTP request, how the browsers work, and the DNS and hosting this and all. First, I'll give the summary of this course because many of you added now itself, right? So don't feel bored reminding people. So first, now in this course, we are going to learn about the fundamentals of the web development, like what is web development, how it works, and what is internet and how it works. Like I have already told now, the web development in the sense the process of creating the websites and web pages, and the how internet will works, the how internet will works in the client server architecture and the HTTP and HTTPS protocol, and this will be going to be discussed tomorrow. And next, we are going to discuss about the browsers and DNS. These are the protocols, right? And the hosting, how we are going to host them. The Git and GitHub basics also will be discussed tomorrow, so that you will get a clarity about what is GitHub and what is Git. How can we handle that versions of the a work, like if we I have saved a work today and I have to commit another work, then I have committed the work, but I have to get the previous work at, right? But I have committed, there is no version of that. But let me take an example. First, you have opened a browser. You have opened a browser, like no browser, sorry. If you have opened a Word document itself, if you have opened a Word document, then we are going to work on that. Like I have written something there. So, and I have saved that. Yeah, let me get this. Yeah, if I'm going to work on a word, so there will be some changes. I have changed the document and I have saved that. But if I don't want that commits, then I'll press Control Z, like undo operations. But how many times it will be undo? Can anyone say? Can anyone say how many times it will get back to our work? Did everyone getting my point? If I'm going to working on a word and I have saved my changes, but I need previous version of my Word document, how can I get that? How many times I can get undo operation? Please respond. Can anyone please respond? At least in the chat box. Akilandeshwari, you're giving the done symbol. What it mean? How many times we are going to undo? So see, now it's a updated version. So if I have opened a Word document, then I have changed all the changes, what I have needed, what I need. Then I can get undo uh, closing the file, before closing the file. Like if I have committed the changes, I haven't closed my Word document. Then I can get undo to the previous. If I have closed the Word document after committing the changes, then I'll get back to the Word document. If I'll press undo button, then it won't get our previous version. For this problem only, we are going to handle GitHub. Like if we are committed our changes, our previous version also will be there. If I want to access that previous version, we can get that. If I want to access this saved version, I can get that. So for handling of these versions, we are using GitHub. That is called version controlling. Like if I want to access the previous version without changes, I can access. Like whatever the changes you made, whatever the commits you made, whatever the files you have saved, like in a versions wise, it will be saved in a versions wise. So for that version controlling purpose only, we are using here Git and GitHub itself. So for that I will taught you Git and GitHub basics, don't worry. And also for the real time working of the projects, you need Git and GitHub. So that's why I'm going to teach you Git and GitHub basics and thoroughly. And the HTML structure, as I have said, total tags and forms, tables, and media. And now itself, I'll say the structure of the HTML, right? So you can get the total picture of the HTML. So as we have a format for every programming language, like when we have taken example as a Java, the code will be in the class itself only. Like that, there is a format for a coding, right? So that format for HTML is first there will be a HTML opening tag. Like, let me show you. These are the angular braces which is used for tag. So we are going to opening tag. This is the opening tag and we indicate the closing tag as with the backward slash, backward slash and angular braces. This is the format for HTML coding. The HTML code and all should be in these tags only. This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. In the HTML, we are having one opening tag and one closing tag. This is the format. And then before this, we have one line that is doc type HTML. which is not case sensitive. We can write in a cap letters also. Can anyone say why this letter is used? Sorry, this line is used for type. For what type? Why that doc type sentence is used? What it is saying to that particular browser? Please respond to the class. If you are not going to respond, there is no use of this practical sessions and all. So please try to respond at least in the chat box. It is a document structure, so we can use. Okay. Can anyone? Yeah, from starting onwards, the Sunita only responding for all the questions. And also Akila and Deshwari. What about the others? Please respond. What did that document type mean? Okay, let
Ma'am,
me
like
say.
to
Yeah,
render the
yeah,
page,
continue.
ma'am.
Yeah, what?
Ma'am, like a document type means we can render the page, ma'am. That's why we can use a doc type.
Okay, Jonathan. It's a declaration for HTML5 that tells the browser how to handle the page. Yeah, exactly correct answer from the Jonathan. This sentence is going to be said that HTML5. So the browser is going to be handle the HTML5 content. So we are going to say that to the browser in I'm sending a HTML5 content document. So you have to handle that. So this is the meaning of the specific sentence. So thank you, Janardhan, for the response. And in this HTML tags, we have head section. Head section. Why this head section is needed? Because this head section handles the all the metadata like address of the web pages and the content of the web pages. Like if we are going to search in a search engines, it will refer not the documents. Like you are going to search I need a document of like particular cloud computing you have tried, and it going to be refer the meta part of the specific documents. Then it will display that content for us. So it will be easy for the browser to refer the meta tag. So if we are going to search anything, it will first refer the meta part of that HTML document. So here the head section is the thing is that the unnecessary like visibility the unnecessary part for the user, so that we mention that meta part in the head section and also title of the web page. Like we are going to display a web page, then there will be a URL in that specific Chrome. Like let me show that for you. So I need a Amazon.com, right? So here, if I have opened this, see here there is online shopping. This is the title of this web page. So for this title is mentioned in the head part. So URL title is online shopping. That URL title is no need for us, right, to see. So for the visibility, it is not necessary, so that we are mentioning in that head section itself. Head section itself. So here we are going to specify the meta part, and also we are going to specify the title part too. Here not, I'm not going to close this tags, just I'm saying for the reference only. And this body section, this is the main part and the content which will be displayed in the website itself. So the content which need to be displayed in the website itself, we are going to mention that that is in the body section. So in this body section, we mention all the HTML tags what we are going to use in that specific website. So this is the basic structure of the HTML. This is the just intro part for this class. So I will briefly explain this HTML, what is a HTML, and how it is invented and all tomorrow. I have just introduced the HTML part in this session. If you have any doubts, you can feel free to ask me. So in today's class, I have discussed the syllabus of this entire course, and also I have discussed about the web development. What is the web development and what it involves, how the internet works, and introduction part of the website and web page. What is the difference between the front and back end, and the database, and what are the technologies we are using for the front end, back end, and database, and how the internet works, and the brief description about the HTML. So about these and all, you if you have any doubts, please ask. Or else, apart from this, if you have any doubts about this course and all, you can ask. Please respond. You can unmute yourself and say. Yeah, others, if you have any doubts, you can please ask. Yeah, at least say that. Are you getting my point? If you are not unable to understand anything, please stop me and ask me, Ma'am, I'm not available to, sorry, I'm not able to understand this specific part. Please tell me again. Like, you can ask me whenever I'm on my flow. You can ask me without any hesitation. All of you getting my point? Is the class understandable or not? Anifa, yes, ma'am. What about others? There are 24 members. Understand, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Sunita. Understood, ma'am. Thank you, Jessica. I need the response from everyone. The class is understood by everyone or not? Or if there is any queries, or if you are unable to understand anywhere, you can ask. Understood. Yeah, okay. What about the others? Please respond. Yeah, okay. You're not responding, right? Yeah, so let's see. I'll call by your name. Please unmute yourself and tell if you have queries or not, and are you getting my point on your understandable or not? Yeah, please, Agilandeshwari, can you unmute yourself and say? Akilandeshwari.
No queries, ma'am.
Yeah, are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, okay, the class is understandable for you?
Yes, ma'am. Understand.
Okay. The next, Ragini, Ragini. Nandini, what about you? The class is
Yes,
understandable for
ma'am.
you?
The class was understandable.
Yeah, okay. Anifa?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay. Gautami? From tomorrow onwards, after completion of the class, I'll be asking questions, whoever I want. Like, I'll call by their name and I'll ask questions. You have to answer them. And remember that you all have to join the meet before 5 minutes. The class will be started exactly 5:30. You all have to join the meeting exactly 5:25 so that you won't miss any topics and also I won't get any disturbance. The class will be go in the flow. Yeah, Jessica. Lakshmi Lucky. Yeah, who is that? The class is understandable for you. Hey, please unmute yourself and respond right. The response is very important in these sessions. So we are going to deal with the practical sessions too. So for that, your response is very important for me. If you cooperate well, then I will be taught very freely and I can give more knowledge to you. So please respond right. Just unmute yourself. Just say, are you understandable or not? Yes, ma'am, I understand. Okay, thank you. Next, Shafia, Mohammed Shafia Khan. Who is that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, are you understandable?
Yes, ma'am. I have understand, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Next, Narmada.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Neha Reddy. Neha Reddy.
Yes, ma'am, I understood, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Janardhan. Janardhan, will you please respond? Yeah, today it's okay, but from tomorrow onwards, you all have to respond and I'll be asking questions whoever I want. So for today, I'm winding up this session. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me. I'm waiting just a minute and I'm winding up the session. Yeah, okay, let's meet tomorrow with the HTML introduction and all. So thank you so much. Yeah, you too have a great day. Thank you. Let's meet tomorrow. I'm winding up the session. So don't be like this, just be interactive. Thank you. The meet will be ended. You can left.